Dr. Lucas, nice
Hi.
to see you. Thanks
Nice
for
to meet
coming
you,
in to
Ashley.
the meeting today. Well, I hear that you guys have been using Motorola for all your company's needs, correct?
Yes, we have for quite some time.
How has that been going for you since?
Well, it's been alright at times, but recently we actually had our first bad ratings with the usage of it because of it's inpatient care. There's
Yeah, actually, these phones are really old, so I can see why you would have issues. But let me check your data right now. Yep, it seems that you have no data left, so that could be a huge problem with speed, accessibility, everything really, because those phones just don't hold anything anymore.
actually, yeah, you beat me to it. I was going to tell you that has been a problem with storage
Mhm.
and updates as well.
Right.
What do you guys have?
Well, we have continuous updates. It's always, you know how technology is always changing. You're not going to want an outdated software because then your customers are going to be dealing with an outdated software. Makes you guys look unprofessional. Never works out. Always, like, I'm sure you have dropped calls because of the outdated software. It's just you need to upgrade. You know, times are changing, technology is changing, and you guys need a phone that will keep up with the technology. And with Apple, we are always, getting new updates and like really keeping up to date with technology as opposed to Motorola. I'm sure you
Right.
guys are just tired of that. And running such a important company, I'm sure it must be very stressful on you.
It actually has been because my number one concern is always patient safety and patient satisfaction. And when we lose quality of care, which now we're starting to see with the Motorola's, it becomes a big problem for me.
Right.
And that goes for all the patient care.
Right. With the calls and stuff, I'm sure. I heard when I spoke to Ray that he said you guys had a lot of drop calls and you were getting really frustrated with everything.
It's been constant.
Yeah. Well, with Apple, we never have that issue. Like, it just comes down to what kind of technology you guys are dealing with, and really, all you need to do is just upgrade to us, and you'll see what a big difference we make.
Okay, and
And I know you guys probably would need some training if you, everyone switched over. So we would provide that for you, for your company. We would go there for a week and help out and just make sure that everything's going smoothly because you don't want a new phone that you don't know anything about, buy it, and then just doesn't do it.
we'll definitely need your tech support. We, led by myself, are very technologically improficient.
Right.
I understand the human body, but I don't understand
Mhm.
what's going on inside of this phone.
Yeah, it's one of our duties, to just show you how the product works, and we want you to get the best out of it.
Okay, what about, do you have a water protective case or something?
Well,
I always drop my
actually-
phone in anything that's water.
At our retail stores, we have for the iPhone 5S, we have a case that is waterproof, and it works really well. And it also helps if you were to drop it or anything. It's called a life-proof case, so it's life-proof. So anything that you happens to it, basically, it'll be fine, which is good.
And what if it's not fine? What if I drop it in the water and something
Well,
does happen?
if you have Apple Care, you bring it in and we'll replace or fix any damage that you guys have.
Okay, because they said the Titanic wouldn't sink and it sunk. So.
Yeah, I know. You always want to be sure, especially when you're dealing with your clients and everything. So, what other questions did you have?
The Motorola is kind of tough to use. You guys have a really easy to use platform?
For the iPhone, we have two different views. There's easy to use view, which is really basic, really simple. It's just like really simple software, and then the other one is when you get more used to it, you can it's way more broad, the things you can do and the things that show up on the screen. So it's really just up to you if you want to use the easier version or the more technologically advanced version. And I know that more elderly people don't like to have to deal with all that new smartphone technology, so the easy to use view will really work out well for them, I think.
Well, certainly a lot of our doctors are older and,
Yeah.
and would need that.
Yeah, I've been working for 6 months doing this, and I've had a lot of people complain about how they get confused and it's frustrating, but I'm sure with this you'll be able to figure it out.
I'm glad you told me that. I actually wanted to ask you how long you've been at this because I distrust the average salesman.
Oh yeah?
Just no disrespect. I
Yeah,
love
of
salespeople,
course.
but I'm a
Always
doctor,
welcome.
not a salesman.
Yeah.
And I wanted to also bring up this point. I have Motorola, and I'm not dummy. I know Steve Jobs is a very innovative person, led a very innovative company in Apple. So I know that the iPhone is an awesome piece of technology, but it also comes with a cost because everybody else knows it's a good piece of technology too, which is why I'm with and have been for a long time Motorola, and which as long as it was inexpensive, I was going to stick with it. And I'm kind of resistant to change, but now that we have bad ratings, I'm willing to spend a couple of extra dollars as long as it goes back to what I said, patient safety and patient
Right.
satisfaction.
So what you're worried about is cost and getting your rate.
Correct. I'm extremely worried about the cost of the technology. I understand it's better in all the ways you said. I'm happy that it falls in water and won't break because I will drop it in a glass of water, in a bathtub, in a sink, in a toilet, you name it. So that means a lot to me. But at what cost is that coming to me?
Well, we actually have new business plans for big businesses. A lot of people signing at once, and the price goes down significantly. So it'll be around the Motorola price, and you'll be getting much more for your buck. And if you get the cases too, we can make a deal for that because I know it's expensive to have to buy it for the whole company. But yeah, we have business plans, and we can go over that too if you decide to
Okay, great.
stick with
'Cause
us.
there is a lot of healthcare providers on our network, so a small cost for one phone equals a large cost company-wide. So I'm glad that it won't cost me an arm and a leg, even though we have other doctors that could re-repair those arms and legs.
So your biggest concerns are the training for the phone, that you want to make sure you're going to get the most out of
I
it.
need technical support. You have to
Right.
assume that we have a bunch of dummies with phones.
Well, we have special training, and also I know you're worried about price, which we went over.
Mhm.
And updates we have, you're starting to take up less data on your phone, so you're not going to be having to delete pictures or any important information just because you need to update to get better technology.
Okay.
And any other issues?
No, I mean that's really it. What brought me in was the dissatisfaction of my patients and was when
Dropped
their
calls.
safety became a concern because of dropped calls
Exactly.
and these things. So now it's time to re-explore this decision. And you've actually done a very good job of alleviating a lot of those concerns.
Well, I'm sure if you sign with us, you'll be very happy with the outcome because our phones are really great. It's not just us trying to get you into our plan or anything like that. We really believe that our company will be able to better yours.
Okay, well, to be honest with you, I believe in you. So
Good. You should.
even if it is a little bit more expensive, I'm gonna give you a shot. And I'm very resistant to change, so it takes a lot to get me to make this move. But I'm ready to make the move.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. So how about you go and check out, we actually have a couple over there of the life-proof cases, and I'll go and write up a contract and we can come meet back right here.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good? Thank you. See you in a couple minutes.